so painful. How do I get through a breakup? Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever lost someone close to you? Have you ever had someone close to you die? I have, more than one. Next question. Why does the intensity of that extraordinary pain fade over time, even if it's just a little? You see, it's not time. It's not because you're practicing self-love, and it's not because their memory fades, because with people that you've loved, that doesn't really happen. It's one thing. It's the fact that we've accepted that that person has gone, because we have no choice. When someone dies, the unequivocal fact is that they're gone. We've no option but acceptance, nothing else. Now back to the breakup. Acceptance is by far the most important and the hardest component of the process of healing. How to begin? Well, if I could advise you, I'd tell you to face the pain, face the reality, feel it all. Grab your knees, rock and cry, scream if you have to. Release every fibre of this emotional agony that's flooding in and through your body. Write down the questions that are screaming in the front of your mind. Watch the tears pour and drip onto them, down your face. Become breathless, become a shell, become so low that you're annoyed at how pathetic you feel. You don't need anyone else to answer those questions. You need to literally sob and snot and cry and wail and scream all over them, so that you get to a place where you have no choice but to accept the situation. Begin to accept the painful reality of where you find yourself, because that's where your closure is. Once you've cried enough, felt enough, screamed and wailed enough, you'll feel empty. You'll feel more numb. And strangely, that'll feel better than the beginning of the process. Next, you need to do something to fill that emptiness. I'm not suggesting glow-ups or gyms or workout plans or beach body programs or anything like that. Although if you want to, and that's you, that's who you are, have at it, do it. All I want you to do is spend more time outside than you usually do. That's it. Now, this doesn't need to be hiking with the TikTok mob. It doesn't need to be riding big white horses on golden beaches. It can be waddling down to the local park with a sausage roll in your hand to sit on a bench and be alone. It can be walking around the block without your phone, breathing deeply. Just get outside. This does two things that mean that you cannot help but feel better. You can't avoid it. Firstly, it reminds your wounded brain that there's a big world outside and that you are entitled to take up space in it. And secondly, it helps you to sleep. And whilst you're in this turmoil, I know that's been hard for you. This is a direct payoff. The more time that you spend outside in that fresh air, the more you'll sleep. Even sitting on that bench counts. You don't need to be running marathons. This is a real plan, and I want it to be comprehensive. So I'm going to do a part 2 and a part 3. So please stick around, drop a follow so that you see the next part. It'll be up later this week. Big hug.